Hi, Deb. Sorry, I don't know what was. I've been here for.
My fault. I figured it out. I had opened a meeting that I'd had earlier today instead of the one I'm supposed to be having. I was listening now.
Oh, don't worry. How nice to see you. How are you?
Yeah, very well. And you?
Yes, really well. I had a lovely Christmas and obviously quiet, but nice. Yeah, lovely.
Must be very different in Arizona from Oxford.
It's as different as it could be. It's lovely. The sun is shining, but it is very different. And of course, we're 7 hours behind you, so it's early morning, but it's very beautiful and quite crisp. So, but it's a long way from Oxford, and you'll probably see from my background, I've got my royal crescent.
Yes, I wondered if that was in Arizona, but I don't think it is. Had any snow there? Because one time, the only time I went to Arizona was to try to go to the Grand Canyon, and it snowed on us. That was in March. And
it often, yeah, it's amazing. We're in the south, but in the north of Arizona, it is snowing at the moment. So we can be skiing within 2 hours drive. But it's beautiful, and it'll be 70 today. So North and South Arizona are so different. But it is lovely if you want the snow. So I might take the kids skiing later in the week. But it's lovely. And nice to see everybody.
Yes. Yes, there are quite a few people on already, I think. As you know, as I told you, we sold a very pleasing number of tickets, and we've raised, approximately £480. I say that because I sort of worked that out for myself, so I think it's right, but just in case my maths isn't quite right. Hello everybody else who's on, quite a few people on, and I'm sure that most of them have, like us, had a Christmas that wasn't quite what it should have been, but was nevertheless enjoyable. And, you know, I wish good luck to everybody in this draw. I'll just wait a moment or two in case other people come on. Yes, so it's Boxing Day here, which is, you know, in the US, I think they call it something different, if anything. Do they call it Boxing Day still?
Well, they don't really seem to have Boxing Day. So it's Christmas Day, and then things pretty much get back to normal. The shops are all open. It seems to not be so much of a tradition here. So, but we are keeping the tradition going. So it's just lazing and reading, which is just delightful.
Right. And of course, there won't be any Boxing Day sales here because that's not allowed.
Exactly. And it's been a terrible year for us all, really, hasn't it? I mean, it's we were hoping to fly back to the UK for the summer to see family and friends, but we couldn't do that because of COVID, and we were hoping to get back for Christmas, but then everything closed down. So it's very strange times. I mean, we feel lucky just to have a garden and the open sky.
Well, yes. Well, my garden doesn't look that great, I'm afraid, this weather, but
have you had snow?
Oh no, just lots and lots of rain, you know, flooding and so on. Yeah, I suppose we'd better get on and do the draw. Now, the way this is going to work, everybody, by the way, if anybody wants to communicate, who's that? Sandra, could you mute yourself, please, because everybody's seeing your husband.
Sorry.
If you mute yourself, you won't come up in speaker view.
He's all right. He's leaving. He's leaving now.
Could you, Sandra, could you mute yourself? Because otherwise, if you make a sound, you'll come up in big view for everybody. That's better. Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, if anybody wants to say anything, you know that there is a chat box. If you look at the icons at the bottom of your screen, if you put your cursor at the bottom of your screen, you'll see an icon for chat. And if you click on that, you'll get the chat box on the side of the screen where you'll be able to type in any messages, and either for us or for each other. You can easily say, you know, happy Christmas to each other in the chat box if you want to. So the way this is going to work is Paula's going to, Paula knows how many tickets we sold and she's got the numbers. So Paula's going to randomly select a number, and then I'm going to use my master list to confirm who it is, whose ticket that is. So without further ado, Paula, have you got the numbers there?
Yep, I've got my little hat.
Oh, excellent.
Raffle,
like
raffle,
a real
raffle.
finger puller. Is it sorting hat, is it?
My sorting hat.
Yeah. So
I'm just waiting for you to.
for me to.
Are you going to say the number? So.
No, you were going to choose the number.
I know, but I haven't got the list from you yet.
Yeah, well, you won't get the list because it's just numbers. I've got the list with the names on.
Oh,
but until you've chosen the number, I can't tell you who it is that's won. Because if you could see the names, you would be able to just choose anybody you like.
I would, but do I just choose any number?
A random number between the numbers that I gave you.
Oh, and where are those numbers?
They were on the email that I sent you. It's 1 to 95,
Sorry.
so it's 1 to 95.
Yeah, no, I thought that. I was just making sure it was no more than 95. Okay, so the number is 73.
73, right. Let me just do a check
From
on
my
number
sorting hat. My Jane Austen
73. Hat. Number 73. Okay. Oh, right. All right. Okay. I'm going to send you this number in the chat box, Paula. You should, in a moment, you'll be able to see it. But only you will be able to see it. Can you see that, Paula?
I do.
I don't think
wonderful.
It's on, but if you'd like to announce the winning name.
The winning name from Hungerford in the UK is Sally, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this right, Kurash.
Yes, I don't actually know how to pronounce it either. Is Sally
like
by any chance? No, Sally's not on my list of people, so obviously she hasn't made it to the draw. I'll just double check now. No, I haven't got a Sally. So obviously we'll get that coat to her as soon as we possibly can. Since she's in Hungerford, she's not too far from Oxford where the coat currently resides. So that'll save us a bit of effort.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And congratulations on raising so much. And
yeah, well, I was very pleased when I saw the numbers. Shall I? Oh, I don't know whether to unmute people. If people would like to unmute themselves now, would anybody like to tell us what they thought of the Crampton Hodnett film, if you saw it? Anybody got any comments on that?
I loved it. I thought it was very funny, very good.
Was it funny for the right reasons, Kathy?
Yes, of course. It was, I thought.
Alison Felstead says, thanks to Deb and Paula for doing the draw. And you haven't watched the film yet, Alison, so that's a treat in store for you. Dan told me that despite the fact that, you know, that link's only gone out, it's a private link that's gone out to members, there have been something like 350 views of the film already. That might be, I mean, I must admit I've watched it 3 times. Have you watched it yet, Paula?
No, I haven't, but it is one of my favorites, Crampton Hodnett. Yeah. I love it. It's so funny. And also I thought some of your members might be interested because I do some reviewing for the Saturday Times, and my editor is Robbie Millen, and he'd never read Barbara Pym. And so really? I told him he must read Barbara Pym, and he's now become obsessed. He's reading all the novels. He thinks it's hilarious, and he's always tweeting about her. So I'm just so pleased we've got a very good man on board there, because he's
Yes,
very influential.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you.
But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, Deb. And you think it was successful?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, the first time I watched it, I thought, oh gosh, I mean, for what I would call continuity errors if it was a normal film. But of course, when you bear in mind, people weren't even, I mean, even people who were supposed to be having an affair with each other, were not just not in the same room, they weren't even in the same country. And they had to try and find suitable backgrounds to film themselves. They had to film themselves in front of suitable backgrounds. I mean, it was quite a task for a lot of people, especially Lorraine, who had an enormous part, and Fred Stroppel was, of course, who played Francis, was also doing the editing, so perhaps he had a bit of an advantage there. But yeah, there were some very big parts that people had to film for themselves, and so
like so many things, making it seem easy is very difficult.
Well, that is true.
And
true.
Doing a love scene when you're never in the same physical space is challenging.
Have you seen it yet, Tom?
Yeah, I thought it was splendid, and it's not as though our barely rehearsed live readings always go off without a flub and are highly polished either.
Oh, indeed. No, that's quite true.
But the writing always triumphs over the production.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I was also a little surprised at the number of people when we sent the email out who use their office email to get their Pym stuff and are out of the office over the holidays. So there'll be another little wave whenever they get around to actually looking at their email.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I must admit the bit that amuses us most is where, perhaps I shouldn't say it though, because it might be a bit of a spoiler, but when at the point where Miss Morrow gives the curate his glass of sherry, just keep your eyes out, and those of you who are observant will notice something rather strange. So yeah, so it's nice to see everybody on Boxing Day, and the coat has been won. Alison's just said sorry she's had to leave to return to the family quiz. Well, I can't blame her for that. Somebody, Fiona said, where did the CH link go out? It went out on an email to all members. You'd have had yours from Lorraine. Unless, of course, it's gone to your work address. Okay, I'll send it to you. Oh, I haven't got another address other than the St. Hilda's address for you, Lorraine. Fiona. So I'll send it there. And yeah, Alison says Happy New Year. So that's another landmark, shall we say, out of the way. Like I said on the Facebook message that I put out the day before New Year's Eve, I think that the Pym Room, when it happens, the new buildings are going to be fantastic. I don't know, Paula, if you've seen the preview films that St. Hilda's have been doing, but I mean, I must say, when this building project started, I was worried that it would change the character of college, but I must say that I think it's going to really enhance our enjoyment of the future conferences. And I hope that everything is going to go off according to plan in September, and everybody's going to enjoy themselves.
It's a bit sad that a new generation will never have the experience of losing consciousness in the Vernon Harcourt room on a warm, sunny day, but there you are.
Yes. Yes. I don't know what the likelihood is that we'll be able to use the new conference space, but that's something I'll have to talk to Fiona about at a later date. So thank you to everybody for logging on. Sorry about the technical issues.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Yes, and a happy new year to everyone.
Happy Christmas, everyone.
Great to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye all. I'm going to close the
Bye.
meeting now. Thank you very much again, once again.
Lovely to see you.